What's up, guys? It's Charles Mabe here, back with another Dread video, and this one goes out to Jackson Beckerer and Dades Gambino. I hope I'm saying this right. I'm probably not. I'm probably destroying your name, but you know who you are, and that's what's important. So that's all that really matters. But they were asking me about how I do my dreads, basically, how I tighten the roots and how I get really nice tight roots. I get this question a lot. A lot of people are asking me, like, who does your hair? How do you get your dreads so tight? I do my hair. I get my dreads so tight. When I first started my dreads way back a long time ago, I didn't really have a lot of options. I didn't have YouTube. I didn't really know anybody that had dreadlocks, so it was kind of like trial by fire. And I burnt myself a lot, obviously. But then I figured it out. I was like, all right, I got this. And this is kind of what it's kind of what works for me. And you can do it a couple different ways, but I'll show you how I do it, and we'll figure it out along the way. Okay. So I use rubber bands in my hair, and people on dread forums and dread videos will say, don't use rubber bands because they'll mess up your hair and your hair won't dread properly. Well, that's not true, because look at my hair. It's dreaded properly. It's probably dreaded better than yours. No, I'm just kidding. That's not nice of me. But but seriously, like, my dreads are fine. And I've had them for 17 going on 18 years now, and it's like, they're alright. It's okay. So here's how I do it. I have 3 different hats that I like to use, and I don't really know why. I just happen to have these 3 hats, and over time I was like, I'll try this one out, try this one out, try this one out, and see what works, because I'm still learning. I mean, I'm always learning. We're always learning. Everyone's learning. So, hat number 1 is the laid-back skier hat, as you can see here. This one is very tight. I'm sure this is cotton. It's a very tight knit kind of hat. Like, you really can't see through it because it's tight knit. Second one is this black hat right here. Just another typical beanie, but this one has a much looser kind of loose knit on it, as you can see. Number 3. This is the hat I wear all the time. I love this hat. But it's a medium knit between the other 2. I think this one's actually kind of wool, I think. And these are, since the other ones are cotton, but either way, they all 3 work. So, and sometimes I'll use one on its own, or sometimes if it's not working, I'll use 2, or I'll use all 3 on one dread and see which one works the best. And weird hair days. I don't know how to explain it or why I'd explain it. It sometimes just happens. My hair doesn't work out for me, and I have to use a different hat. Whatever. So here's what I do. And usually I go like either clockwise or counterclockwise on the dread. But I've noticed lately that after a while, the hair seems to not want to knot up again as well when I go the same way. Sometimes I'll switch it up and go counterclockwise or clockwise, depending on which way I was going before. That being said, here's how we do it. So yeah, I took the rubber band out of this one, and you basically just grab the root like this. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the root and I'm going like this to it. Inside the hat. I'm taking like 4 fingers, and I'm going around the base, and I'm going like this, or like this. And what that's doing is it's taking the hair and it's basically just re-knotting it up again. And occasionally you will get a little bit of lint in there from this. It's not a big deal. If I use the black one, it kind of blends it anyway, so nobody knows. But if you do get a little bit, you can just pull it out. No big deal. No big deal there. So you do, you take the hat, I'm doing the 4 fingers in here, and you grab the base of the root. So basically I'm going like this, grabbing the root, 4 fingers, grabbing the root, and I just go like that. So I take it, just like that. 30, 40 seconds, and don't push hard because you don't want to hurt your head, and if you push hard you're probably going to get rug burn on your head. And I'll be honest, there's been times where I've been doing it a little too long or not paying attention or pushing too hard, and I get like a little bit of a rug burn, and you don't want that because it's going to scab or flake off, or whatever. It's going to hurt your head basically, and you don't want to do that. You also don't want to hurt your hair follicles, so you just basically just do that. You do it nice and light, not kind of just boop 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 like that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's more the circular motion and the friction than it is the pressure, so don't push hard because it's going to hurt your head. So you're going to go like this a couple times, go like that, and if it's not working, I don't really feel it knotting, okay, fine. I'll switch it up to the black hat. And you can, I started mine with 1 hat, so, it worked for a long time, so maybe I'm just being a little princess right now, and switching out different hats, but basically this is all you do. You just do it a couple seconds like that, da-da-da-da. If it doesn't work, it's knotting up. You can see it's kind of knotting up there. But let's say it's not working, so then you take a different hat or use the same hat, and I would use my left hand instead of my right hand, and it's easier to go the other way with my left hand, so I go like this. And same thing, 4 fingers on there and just rubbing it. And you don't want to see your head turning red, and you don't want to see it like, you don't want to hurt your head, so just go light and easy. So like that, and as you can see now, it's like really kind of knotted and frizzy. Now I could at this point leave my hair like it is and let it grow out the way it is like this, but I find that the flyaways are kind of a distraction for me personally, and even like the ends, like the wispy ends people do. People like to have the long wispy ends. I hate that. It's not my style. I feel it's very messy. It's your style, it's one thing, whatever, and I'll probably do a video on that later, but Not my thing. So then I use rubber bands, which rubber bands are okay, folks. Don't let people tell you rubber bands are bad. They're not bad. I've had my dreads for 17, going on 18 years, and my dreads are fine. Obviously, when you put the rubber band on, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to over-tighten it because it's going to hurt your hair. It's going to pull hard on the scalp, and it may even mess up your hair. It may may cause you baldness or anything else. You don't want to be pulling tight on it. So what I do is when I put it back on, I give it a little twist like that. Boop, little twist. Half twist. Take a rubber band, put it on there, pinch it, pull the dread through, and I'll pull it around one more time, like that. I usually only do 2. Sometimes if the dread is a thinner dread and the rubber band's bigger, I'll do 3 times. You want it snug, but you don't want it tight because you don't want to hurt your head. That's just it's gonna be painful. When you sleep, it's gonna hurt your head, and it's not good. It's not good. And occasionally, if you over tighten it, like if you overdo the root a little bit, it may like stand up a little bit. It may not lay perfectly fine, but give it a day or 2, it'll lay down fine. The rubber band will loosen up on its own, and the hair will grow a little bit, and it'll lay down fine. So that's how I do it. And as you can see, my scalp is pretty exposed here. And some people with dreadlocks, dreadlock purists, I guess you would call them, I don't really know, or hippies, dirty hippies, whatever. They tend to look down on that. They're like, oh, I can see your scalp. It's no good. Why do you keep your scalp that way? Look how bad it is. I'm like, it's my hair and it's my choice, so I do mine this way, and I section them off perfectly. I mean, like you can see like that's a perfect little section, and I keep them sectioned. I've kept them sectioned ever since I started dreadlocks because I work in an industry where I need to look proper and clean cut. And having dreadlocks, especially if you have like hippie dreadlocks or natural dreadlocks or free forming, they tend to look messy, and the jobs that I do. I need to look professional and kind of clean cut. So this, when it all pulled back, it looks very clean and tidy. And then I obviously shave the sides up here, here and around back to keep it all nice and tidy underneath. So it's sleek and it's tidy on the sides. Sorry, I just had to go off on that, but that's why you see my scalp. I'm not going bald. I'm not losing my hair. It's been like this for forever. I just keep them very nice and sectioned because that's how I like to do my dreads. That's all I got. So hope that answers your question. If you have any more questions, please ask me because I'm full of answers and I want to help you out. You can like and subscribe down below. You can follow me on Instagram. Instagram is my favorite. That's what I'm on like all the time. It's like my favorite choice of media. I like doing photography, so that's my thing. So Charles Mabe on Instagram. Charles Mabe on Facebook. You can message me on there, but I really don't get on Facebook that often. I don't really check messages. I just kind of post photos occasionally, and that's about it. I'm not really into Facebook because it's kind of the devil. Or you can also email me at charlesmabe@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you there. But Instagram is probably the best way, or just comment down below, and I'll get back to you. All right, that's all I got. Bye.